It's a gorgeous day to be hiking in the mountains. I'm hiking out of Meeks Bay today, heading up to Crag Lake, maybe Stony Ridge Lake, depending on how the snow is up there. It's my first solo hike of the year, 2017. I did a nice hike with Paul a couple weeks ago in Nevada, but I have not been up to the Sierra Nevada yet, and not sure what to expect. This is the wettest season ever, as far as I'm concerned. I've never been backpacking up here with so much snowpack. Forgot my trekking poles. It's only been 5 minutes, so I'll go get them. And then we can call it an even 12 o'clock high start time, huh? How does that sound? I've already come back to my car to get my poles. I thought I'd get a drink of water while I was there. Got everything locked up. Actually, I started walking before I realized that the car was not locked up. But then I locked it up, put the pack back on, took off, and started walking without my poles. Can you believe that? I need to tie them to my wrists. I put them in my car so I'll never forget them. I mean, I leave them in my car so I'll never forget them. And then I take off from my car and leave them there. Nice stretch of wildflowers here. Path is turned into sand. And the sun is going away for just a moment. There's little puff clouds up. Not enough to be even threatening. But it's nice out here. So far, so good. The nice little family of 5 I was chatting with for the first section said that they got a few mosquito bites standing still, but there was a big old puddle right next to them, so I've decided not to beat up just yet. Nice hiking. Wow. Now that's a dandelion. Look at the size of that thing. That is as large as my fist, which is pretty large. More pretty trail here. So I just got my first backpacker report. The first couple of guys I talked to said buggy. Yes, it's buggy. Skeeters, yeah, they're pretty bad. But they said that at Crag Lake at least the campsites were dry. That's nice. And then the second half of their group joined them, and they said the bugs weren't that bad, which probably means one's probably trying to out-macho the other one, and the bugs are going to be horrific. That's my prediction. Horrific bugs. But I'm ready. I've got DEET-less stuff. I've got 7% DEET stuff, and I have 100% DEET stuff, which I will use if I absolutely have to. And a head net and a tent. So that's about as prepared as you can get out here without bringing a Winnebago with you. Man, the trail is pretty. I never hiked this trail in wildflower season. Looks like I'm going to see a lot of wildflowers. There's a cute little duck napping in the sun there. I guess he's not worried about me. Tame enough, sleepy enough to not move, I don't know. Usually wild birds will take off if I'm this close to them. But I'm doing well. I just, I'm at the, where the trail leaves the road. Those are some big pine cones. And totally full of sap. You can see them weighing down the branch. And they are more than 100 feet in the air. If that broke off and fell and landed and hit your head, you'd probably die. That would hurt. Anyway, it's looking nice over there. Getting higher above the canyon, you saw. Got another hiker report from Stony Ridge Lake. Dry camping, just one little snow patch on the trail on the way to Stony Ridge. The creek coming out of Shadow Lake going down to Crag. The crossing is passable without getting wet. Just a rock crossing. The bridge at Mice Creek is good enough to get across, they say. And they said that mosquito hour was pretty bad at Stony Ridge. There's a mosquito just landed on my camera just now. They said not all day mosquitoes, but the mosquito hour is more like 3 hours, they say. I better kill that guy before he finds my finger. There's going to be afternoon thunder showers somewhere here today. Don't know if I'm going to get them. Probably not. Didn't bring a lot of rain gear. Just a rain jacket and a tent, basically. Left my poncho at home, left the umbrella at home. Bought a rain skirt too. I was planning on using that at night when it gets cold. Tired. The first part of the trail, the flat road, was easy, but the trail leaves the road and starts climbing, and right away I'm feeling it. There's young day hikers all over the place. They're just zooming by me up and down, and I don't mind. I'm doing fine. I'll get there. My target is to get at my campsite by 4. That's 1.25 miles an hour. I should be able to do that, but who knows? Anyway, that's enough for now. Beautiful section of trail here. This is what I call the rainforest section. Yes. Now in the wilderness. There's these areas of ferns and tall trees that makes you feel like you're in a rainforest. And it's so cool. Right here. Must be 70 degrees where it's 80 degrees in the sun. It's so much cooler. It's so pretty. It's a great trail. It's a really good first hike of the season trail, because that mile of flat ground is just the best for getting yourself warmed up to the trail. And then there's these sections of steepness. Excuse me. Had some lunch there. Some sections where you're going up rather steeply, and then there's more flat sections like this. Alternates pretty well. So you can kind of warm up as you go. Can get your body in condition as you go. And it's really pretty too. Seeing so many people on the trail. Haven't seen anyone for the last 20 minutes or so, but a lot of very young, fit people bounding around here, and a couple old timers too. We know our place. Get out of the way of the young folks. They're going so much faster than me. I'm doing pretty well today, actually. I'm keeping a good speed, but I got a backpack, and I'm 56, and they don't, and they're 23. And they're fit as can be. I'm 30 pounds overweight. These things add up. But I can enjoy this just as much as anyone. Perhaps more. Perhaps I can respect it more. I don't know. Hey folks. Great day to be out hiking, huh?
It is.
How that came out. Wow, big blow down here. Okay, that's enough. God, it's beautiful though. And so easy. I was really getting winded for a little bit there. And not just winded, just kind of weary overall. I'd find myself slowing down and stopping, wheezing, force myself to keep going. And now I feel great again. But there's more steepness ahead. We'll have more of this. Oh hell, let's let this run. This is just so pretty. I recall this ends really abruptly. I remember coming down at the beginning abruptly, coming from hot sunny granite all of a sudden to shady dark dirt. But I'm gonna put the camera away.
Ooh, where are you heading?
Crag Lake,
Nice.
maybe Stony Ridge. Oh god, that puppy. Come here. Hey puppy, you doing all right? Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
I hiked out of Lily Lake once and saw these guys walking down with a stretcher. I'm like, what the hell? And they had turned a cheap tent into a stretcher for their rather large dog that had cut up pads. And this dog is all happy and smiling. I'm being carried down out of the mountains. It was so funny. And these guys were grunting. They were grunting hard.
Yeah, I bet.
But they love their doggy, you know it. Oh, it feels so good here. Big tall trees, very deep shade, and a nice cool breeze. Oh, it feels good. My thermometer is getting up to the high 80s now, being in the sun on the trail. So it's rather uncomfortable. Humidity in the mid 30s too. That's a lot more humid than usual up here. That's why I'm sweating so much. That, and I haven't done any exercise for a while, but hey, that's never stopped me from getting to my lake in the past. Ain't gonna stop me today. And according to my GPS app, I'm well beyond halfway mileage-wise. Unfortunately, all the easy stuff is behind me. There aren't too many of these flat stretches ahead. My, so pretty. Well, there's a bunch of timber over there. It's easy to guess what that's for. For shoring up this bridge that has been falling apart the last few years. Wow, it's really apart now. Huh. Good enough. Wow, this was not broken last time I went through. That's a lot of forest that broke that. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera away and take it seriously. I don't want to fall into that. Here I am at Genevieve again. Oh, I'm glad to be here. That last bit of the hike was kind of rough on me. I'm just tired. My muscles feel okay, my lungs feel alright, I'm just weary. But I got up here just fine, and the rest of the way to Crag Lake is short and not terribly difficult from here. But I'm taking a break. Oh, it's those two again.
Take your picture?
I'm talking to my camera and recording my trip. Because I took lots of really serious trips when I was young and I don't remember any of them. So, sitting comfortably in my camp here. Yay. Tent set up near the creek. This is the kitchen zone. And that's my neighbor Reffy. This is a perfect tree for hanging my food. It's a good 15 feet at least, maybe more than that, from a precarious perch of a rock to the branches here. But a lot of people have screwed up here, as you can see. Big old carabiner there. I'm gonna do it perfectly. You watch. Wow, look at those for it. Yeah. Oh, good job, eh? I know it doesn't look exciting, but it's a good 9 feet off the ground. And there ain't no way for a bear to get that. And it's safe from getting tangled. It's safe in a million ways. I'm happy. And I got that knot thing right the first time. Good job, Hal. So sure, I've already posted a video of camping 2 nights at this exact same place, but it's like a whole different place this year. In case you haven't heard, this is 2017. This is the biggest snow year on record in many places, and the biggest snow year in my recollection. I think the last time there was this much snow was '98, and I wasn't backpacking then. So it's pretty exciting how crazy it is here. This is the area behind my camp. The lake is over there. My food is hanging in that tree right there. And I'm just gonna take a little walk around the creek here, which is way more, much more water here than there was last year. I walked across, there's a bunch of fallen logs deep in this little forest here. And I was able to walk all across this. Last year, at the end of a 7-year drought, and everything was dying. Now everything is alive and growing like crazy. And I don't know if I can get across like I did. I'm gonna try here though. Or I'm just gonna take a little walk and try to capture how pretty it is here. Seeing like I walked across this probably, and it was no problem, and there was no water under it. This is a little creepy, huh? But I think I can make it all the way across, so I'm gonna give it a go. But it will not be easy. In fact, no, it's too difficult with the camera. Retreat, retreat. Man, these bushes are so overgrown now. No, better not. Oh, people. Well, never mind then. Damn. Oh, did I mention? There's a lot of day hikers here. A hell of a lot of day hikers. In fact, it's kind of creepy how many people I've seen today. I don't mind camping right next to Rafi here. This is a solo guy. He's really mellow. Although there are 3 dogs. I hope that's okay. But I don't, that kind of population density is okay with me. But when I got here, I came down and went down to the water access down there, and there were 15 people there or so. And I asked, you guys camping here tonight? Because, I didn't want to just barge into their camp space. But, nope. Just the one guy. So there was all these young people there just swimming and frolicking, in his camp. I get the idea that he wasn't here. He was hiking, and he came back and found a bunch of people there. Granted, it's the best water access on the lake. That's why I'm here. It's a nice place. But it's Tuesday. And it used to be that you could hop on the trail here on a Tuesday and maybe not see anybody at all. I saw dozens of people, probably 100 people today. So after my little speech about the way things have changed and how many people are here, that couple left and went back to, they're camped at the far tip, southern tip of the lake. So I'm back here where they were just hanging out because this is a nice spot. They were right here on this rock. I'm picking up where I left off before. Camp is back there. The lake is back there. The creek is just marvelous this year. I've never seen this much water here. Nice. It was just a tiny, tiny trickle last year. Literally, I think I'll be able to find the little waterfall. It splits in 2 there. That's really cool. Splits again here. Wow, this is great. Is it right here? Whoa, that big tree is a little loose. No, right down there. Oh, I gotta get down there. Nice pools. But I have to get over here. Yeah, a big portion of the creek pushes through this tiny little crack. And last year, it was literally Yikes! This is a little risky. Ah! Last year there was just a trickle coming down here, and now there's this. This is nice. Oh yeah. This is a beautiful spot. I didn't even take into consideration how beautiful the just hiking around camp would be here. I need to get some stills of this scene right here. This is beautiful. Huh. This is not very smart of me. It was a tricky maneuver to get down here. Safe enough though. But I neglected to find a way out of here before I did that. I might have to do some uncomfortable stuff here. Either climb up this pretty steep rock. I could do this. What am I whining about? Never mind. Yeah, that was no problem. I just, a personal rule that I gave myself a long time ago is if you climb something, make sure that you can get back. Usually that came about when we climbed up something. Me and a friend a long time ago climbed up what I later named the penis, because it was a pretty vertical rock with a little bit of an overhang at the top, and we just kind of assumed that there was an easier way down than the way we went up, which included that little bit of an overhang. And all we had was gloves, and tennis shoes. We didn't have any ropes or anything, any safety equipment. And we were looking at a 25, 30-foot fall or something like that. And it was not fun. So that was where I learned, make sure you have an escape route if you go into a difficult situation. This place is looking nice. I just absolutely love it here. But I better get back to camp. I'm hungry, and there's some mosquitoes around, and I'm being a little bit bitten, so I better go. It must be tricky. I'm not a dog owner, so I'm not used to having dogs show up when food is being prepped. All of a sudden, I had my stove going, I had my food unzipped, and I was pouring water in there, and all of a sudden there's these two doggies right next to me, watching my every move. Silly dogs. No, and I told them no way, because I'm hungry and I didn't bring an excess of food, so no. I'm not the only one anxiously awaiting my dinner. Dogs are keeping an eye on me, just in case I spill my dinner all over the place or something like that. They're going to be ready. This guy's keeping an eye on me. That's my view for the night. Yeah, that's not bad. Sun is getting low. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, it's pretty spectacular tonight, but it's almost gone. Love the colors at this hour. There's a doggy. Contented doggy. He tried to steal my food. Well, he would have been right there if I dropped it, let's put it that way. What a night. Well, greetings from my tent after a great day. I'm really kind of surprised at what a good day I had of it today. I didn't get any exercise before taking this hike, and somehow I managed to power through. I went pretty slow, but I was quite pleased with my progress, and no bad problems. My back is stiff, like it is every time I go backpacking, but I took a muscle relaxant a little while ago. It should be kicking in any minute now, and a good sized Motrin after I got up here, and I think I'll be just fine. Weird being so crowded here. I saw 5 campsites, for sure, including me. I've never seen 5 campsites for sure here before. Never. 3 campsites on this end of the lake. Never seen that either. Well, luckily the guy that's near me is really nice. The dogs are a little intrusive, but they're okay. And they did scare something away a while back. They heard something and came charging at full speed from the edge of the lake to my camp here. And Rafi, my neighbor, didn't even know that they had left, but they came tearing straight at me. And at that point, they'd been a little aggressive earlier, and I was, still getting to know them at that point still. And but I wasn't even worried. They were aggressive and they were intent, but their intention was not directed at me. It was clearly directed off towards the creek. They heard something over there. Absolutely, positively heard something they did not like, but they were aggressive, growly, barky, and whiny all at the same time. And if you've ever taken a dog out in the wild, that's what happens when they run into an animal they've never seen before and they're not sure what it is. They just know they're supposed to keep it away. Anyway, that's enough for now. Well, good morning. It is just gorgeous today. It's kind of warmish, 65 or so. Little puff clouds all over the place, some big puff clouds. Hard to imagine that we wouldn't get a afternoon thunder shower today at some point somewhere, but it didn't seem to happen yesterday, and it looked just as obvious. Rafi, my neighbor, is packed up and gone before I woke up, and I got a decent night's sleep. At least I feel all right. I don't feel really groggy. A long series of cat naps as usual, but feeling all right. When I first woke up and looked out, there were skeeters all over the tent. But I waited as long as I could before I got out, and it wasn't too bad, really. I just touched up around my hands and stuff, and they're not bothering me. Winds are trying to kick up, but we'll see. Anyway, I got some coffee sitting here. I'm going to try a new breakfast, biscuits and gravy. Kind of not the norm for me, but people like it, so I'll give it a try. Anyway, that's enough for now. Let's take a look at the surroundings here. Beautiful day. Fishermen are crazy. That guy standing on the rock just waited out there. 8 o'clock in the morning. In the mountains. It's nice today. Puff clouds make things so beautiful.
family of mergansers. And that's my food alarm. It's time to eat breakfast. Oh, that's so cute. Be very quiet. They're coming right for me, so I ain't gonna move.
Well, I've enjoyed a nice breakfast here. A nice morning. Sat on a rock overlooking the lake and ate breakfast and drank my coffee, and it was just gorgeous. And at that moment there was no people around, and it was very much my lake, it seemed. I had a good time with Raffy while he was here, and he was a really nice guy. But there's piles of dog shit all over the place here, and he didn't do anything about that. It occurs to me that's why dogs are supposed to be on a leash out here, so they're always with you and you can see where they're pooping, and you can bury the poop there and then. When they're off leash, you never know. And I'm sure that's what Raffy was thinking. It's like, well, what can I do about it? You know, they're wandering around. They do what they do. But damn it, we gotta stay on top of this stuff here. This place is delicate, and I'm gonna be cleaning up dog shit today. Great. But it's a great time here. I really want to take a hike up the trail just to see Stony Ridge Lake and hang around a bit. I was thinking ambitiously of going up to Phipps Lake, but I'm not going to do that today. There are stormy looking clouds all over the place here. I don't want to get caught away from camp in the rain. And I'm just feeling generally lazy. I'm feeling quite comfortable with just sitting here. Took a muscle relaxant last night, which really helped my body recover, but it also just kind of sapped your energy. That's why I took it last night, because I could recover today. You don't want to put a backpack on while you're feeling the effects of a muscle relaxant. It's just not good. Anyway, great morning here so far, and I'm just gonna sit here for a while and look at all the beauty, and then take a hike later afternoon probably.
Watching these little wasps come into this area, go into a hole, come out with a little piece of something, fly away. This guy here, I must have stepped on his hole because it was covered up. And that little pebble there next to the hole, he pulled that out with great effort. And now he's going back to work. Interesting. Piranha. Kansas City. This is the farthest southernmost point of the lake. It's usually pretty marshy. Well, there's a lot of water this year, obviously, but there's still lilies growing out there. And there's the McGanser family taking a break after a busy morning of feeding. They're gonna be napping there soon. Nice.
Well, I just took a hike around the southernmost point of the lake, and nice little walk. But I've decided I'm not taking in a hike today. I'm just feeling good, but I just don't feel energetic or strong, and I don't have a lot of food. If I go on a rigorous hike, I'll need a full meal, and I don't really have a full meal for lunch here today. Just snacks to nibble upon, and then dinner. So I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this beautiful day. Plus, you know, it could rain. There's a lot of big clouds around here, and they could all converge all of a sudden and start raining, and I don't want to get wet while I'm away from camp. So, a lot of excuses. Did I mention I'm lazy? That's probably the most important point. I'm lazy. Just like being up here, taking pictures, enjoying the pretty stuff. So I'll be doing that. Great.
These thunderclouds are growing as I'm watching. They're getting poofier and taller. It's gonna rain here at some point today. I sure hope so. I'd love a good afternoon thunder shower, and it has been so long since I've seen one. Many a times backpacking with the college buddies, we'd have these really convenient afternoon thunder showers. We'd pull into camp, get set up, it would rain a bit, and then it would hail, and it would be all exciting, and then everything would clear up in an hour and a half or two, and have a nice evening. And you know, no one gets wet, no one gets harmed. A lot of fun. But I haven't seen one of those in years. I live in Sacramento. We don't get thunderstorms there very often. Maybe a really good one once every 10 years probably. And thunder booms once a year, maybe twice. This doesn't happen very often. I see thunderstorms when I come to the mountains. But it's been a while since I've seen one. The drought was really effective while I was backpacking. I did not get rained on. Since I started backpacking regularly again in 2012, I have not been rained on once, except for a little bit of drizzle overnight. That was completely, the ground was completely dry when I got up in the morning. But, God, I think it's going to happen today. All these clouds around, and it's being so early, it's around noon now. Oh boy. I'm just going to hang out here and watch it happen. That's not fast speed. That's the clouds. Motion in real time. Yeah, I got a big thunder bumper. Or the makings of one coming right overhead here. I saw the edge of this as it approached, and it was pretty high. It looked like that stuff over there, and it's coming right overhead. Don't think it's quiet enough to rain by itself, but if it has some friends that join up, it could happen any moment. Oh boy.
And the cloud overhead managed to produce a few raindrops. So I had to ran around a little bit and closed up my tent and made sure everything was put away properly. And of course there's no rain now. A couple drops here and there. Well, there was one right there, and mosquitoes are waking up again. I gotta do something about that. Anyway, I got a taste of rain, a little bit. A woman just walked through camp scouting for a spot for a group of 7 people. I pointed her towards the camp upstream where there's several sites. There's a little bit of rain on the lake there. Some drops
I'm enjoying this day. This is really fun. I want some thunder, lightning. I want some excitement. Heard a couple of thunder boomers earlier today, but it was on the other side of the ridge towards Lake Tahoe. Damn it. There he is. I think that's a golden eagle. I can't get a good look at it. Have to look at the pictures when I get home. There you go. It's way up there now. Yeah, that's a good look. Don't think it's an osprey. It's a big bird. That's an osprey. Nice. Great day.
Well, I'm in the tent. It's 4:30 or something like that, and I'm getting a little tired. So, it's getting a little grumpy. There was people wandering through my camp and dogs wandering through my camp, and I'm just kind of growling. Although I'm nice to people when I talk to them, I'm just kind of feeling grumpy. So, and I'm realizing I didn't really get enough sleep last night, so that's probably why I'm a little grumpy. So I'm just gonna try to get a little quick cat nap here before dinner. No rain, too bad. Doesn't make for a great nap, but it's nice and cool. That's cool. Well, I'm feeling a lot better after a little lie down. Before I lied down, it felt as if the place was being overrun by people and dogs and oh my. But after I got up, it was all quiet, and it seems like this is all my lake again. There's a couple of camps near the trail on the lake there. Same couple that was here yesterday, and another group, and the family of 7 is a good distance away, but they keep wandering around here. But I'm doing pretty well now. I think I was just crabby like a baby that needs to be put down for its nap, I guess you get like that when you get older. I got my food steeping here, another 20 minutes away from dinner time. And it looks like afternoon thunder shower is not going to happen, but there are a lot of clouds up there, and we could have a really nice sunset. That's a real possibility here. There's clouds all around, just everywhere. So you would think that would lead to a good sunset. Hope so. Don't get enough big puffy clouds at home, or big puffy cloud sunset situations. Nice night. Well, I finished a satisfying dinner, and it's quiet and beautiful here at the lake. We have wonderful colors in the clouds that are rolling by. Not rolling by as fast as they were earlier. Things have calmed down.
There are no other campsites on the shore tonight. This shore. There's the big camp upstream a little bit. 2 camps on the trail side of the lake. But things are pretty mellow tonight. One camp is in those rocks somewhere. There's the other camp. This camera does really well at very low light. It's just beautiful. That looks like a dragon. You have to try a little bit. Colors seem to be just fading, but it's still very pretty. The sunset colors are gone, but the clouds are still beautiful. Beautiful night. And the winds did die down. The mosquitoes did get vicious for a moment or two. And there's probably more of them. But it's a gorgeous night. Oh, there's a skeeter on the camera right now. Got my little candle lanterns burning here. One there. One over here and one way over by the tent. Last light of the night. Moon's behind a tree over there. But it's about done too. Beautiful. Well, I am brightly illuminated here. This high power on this headlamp is really bright. I kind of like that. Anyway, this is the end of night 2. A great day again. Great evening again. Much quieter tonight. No dogs running around. But the sunset and the post-sunset was just beautiful. Just the clouds floating by, changing colors. Very, very pretty tonight. It's another mild evening temperature-wise. Well, take my word for it. There's a thermometer here somewhere that would agree with me. It is 56 in the tent here. It's a little cooler than last night. Hopefully I'll sleep a little better. I really got nothing to add. I don't have much food. I've got a big breakfast, Mountain House breakfast for tomorrow, and then a little bag of some gorp. And that's going to get me out of here, so I'm not going to be hanging around all day tomorrow. But I had a great time so far. Yay. Good night. Good morning. It's another perfect day here. Just a few puff clouds in the air. The air is calm. It's pleasantly cool, not cold. Mosquitoes are flying around the tent, but I managed to get out of the tent, fill up my water, get dressed, get my coffee going, and all that stuff without getting a single bite. And I'm wearing my long sleeves and my hat here, but very pleasant today. Very pleasant. Since I don't have a lot of food, I'm going to be hiking out of here pretty early. Well, for me, probably 11, 12, something like that. Last night, I was hungry. I ate my 210 calorie dinner, and that wasn't quite enough. And I had forgotten that I had a handful of almonds, almond M&Ms for dessert that I had completely forgotten about, and I found it just before I went to bed, and I munched those down, and that was exactly perfect. I mean, that gave me just enough extra calories that I wasn't wanting anymore. So that's the plan today. Leaving kind of early. No hurries for anything. I just want to enjoy myself while I'm here. That's the whole point. I have to say, this is pretty clever. This is the rest of my food here in garbage, and that's my food cozy with my breakfast in it. Just in the middle of the strap for the stuff bag, and it's hanging on a little tree just to keep the critters away. And that's perfect for stepping away and doing other things. A bear can snatch that away, but a squirrel can't. But I want to get some coffee going, and I don't want to have to watch my food like a hawk, so that's what I'm going to do. I moved my staging area to this little shady zone. I just finished taking down the tent and packing up, my pad and my sleeping bag and all my down stuff. Basically, everything is all in its stuff bags, ready to be packed, except of course my chair, which is the last thing that I want to pack. I hate packing up my chair. That means I'm leaving. It's about 11:15, so the plan of leaving at 11 is not going to happen. Leaving at 1 should be just fine. It gets me to the trailhead at about 4, home at about 6:30, maybe 7. That works. I'll avoid the worst rush hours around Sacramento. I'll see rush hour around Truckee. I don't know what that's like, but we'll find out. It's been pretty quiet here. No one walking through my camp today. And I hiked up to the large camp area, Creekside over there. I did not see the big family that camped there yesterday. I'm not sure if that's where they camped or if they moved on. But thank God, if there were 7 people there, finding a place to poop in the morning would be really hard, because you're cut off by the bird flying overhead. You're cut off by the creek on one side and the trail on another side. And if there's 7 people wandering around in between that zone, it'll be impossible to find any privacy. But no people there, no problem. What else? Nothing. Doing good. I think the food situation is just fine. Had a hearty breakfast of a Mountain House egg scramble thing. It didn't taste good. I had to force it down. Sometimes it tastes absolutely delicious, and sometimes I just can't stand it. But it is a good base to be hiking with. I see something or someone in the water. Better check that out. Yeah, so anyway, about ready to go. Then I'll check that thing out. I think that's a person, but I can't really tell for sure. Way the hell out there. Somebody's walking along that fallen log. That's interesting. Huh. Interesting thing to do. Never occurred to me that could be done. It's a little risky. Huh. Little fishies everywhere. Can you see them? Well, the wind's just kicked up. A lot harder to see, but there's a school of 20 little baby fish in here. Maybe a lot more than that if you consider the ones that are shorter than an inch. From 4 inches to 1 inch is what I'm seeing. They're just everywhere. They're not afraid of people at all. There's a dad fishing with a couple kids there. Adorable. I don't know where Dad went. He's around here somewhere. Oh, what a great lake. Well, I just got onto the trail proper from Crag Lake. People are swarming around my campsite. This just ain't like it used to be. This never used to happen on a weekday. So, camping on, or backpacking on the eastern side of Desolation Valley, Desolation Wilderness before Labor Day is out for me. There's just too many people here. Nice people, but there's just too many of them. Never had so many people wandering through my camp way off of the trail around the lake on a weekday. It's crazy. But I'm getting started pretty early. It's about 1:45. Should be there by 4. I'm thinking it's got to be easy. Not hungry yet. That's good because I don't have a lot of food. Should be nice, easy hiking. Made it here to Genevieve non-stop down this easy trail, and I've got no reason to stop now. I'm gonna keep on going. Easy hiking. Oh, as I was hiking around Crag Lake, I bumped into the dad of the family that was camped on that trailside campsite with the big orange marmot tent. And he said, "Did you see the bear last night?" No, I didn't see the bear. A good-sized bear that looked up, from his description, looked just like the bear that I saw on the Barrett's Lake trail a couple years ago. Got into his camp and went over to the area where his food was hanging and sniffed around, but was scared off by pots and pans and such. They had a great experience. All the kids got up to see the bear. They got pictures of it. No harm, no foul. Good experience. But I warned him that he just simply had his food hung up over a branch and tied off. I warned him that Yosemite bears know how to defeat that, but I don't think the bears here do yet. And they didn't last night, so far so good. But bears up here is becoming a problem. I don't think I'm ever going to not hang my food properly again. I used to do that based on the sense that there wasn't going to be any bear around on a particular place. But I don't think you can assume that anymore. Pretty much have to assume there are going to be bears everywhere. At least on this side of Desolation, the Tahoe side. Because there are so many tourists on the trails here that it's turning it into a Yosemite-like experience. Going out of Wright's Lake, it's not unpopulated, but it's not nearly as bad there as it is here. All right, put the camera away, keep hiking. Already passed both lakes. Only took a half an hour or so.
creek spot. This is the only easy water access until you get to the lakes, or until the bridge crossing this creek. It's pretty. Myself, I'll be stopping at the next cool, comfortable spot. It is so dark and cool here. You just can't imagine. Nice spot. So I'm gonna get something to munch and have some liquid and then go to my car. In my car. Wow, that was a great weekend, or a great 3-day trip. Really nice hike out, and you know, I complained about all the people, so many people being out here, but I like everybody I meet. I mean, just about. Met some really nice people on the way out. Heading back on Highway 80, probably stop for some dinner, and good trip. Good trip. I'm really glad that I was strong enough. I didn't do much to prepare, but I feel really good now after that easy hike out. Doing well. So I hope to be back up soon, in a week or two at the latest. Mark my words. All right, farewell.